He's a man on a mission. A round of applause for Melbourne businessman Prosper Taravinga. Nice to see you, Prosper. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Have a seat. What are you going to do?
Well, this time next year, I want to find the lady that changed my life.
Righto. Yeah. Who was this woman?
Year 1998. Young Australian lady who was on an exchange, came across to Africa, where I'm from, and was teaching us math. So essentially, that's where it all starts, pretty much.
Whereabouts in Africa?
I was born in Zimbabwe.
What was life like in Zimbabwe for you at the time?
It was not easy. There was a lot of poverty. There was a lot of hunger. We had no hope, pretty much, like no role models or anyone to look forward to. All of a sudden, this young teacher comes into class and just changes the way I view life, essentially. She helped me to actually start wanting to learn more because I wanted to impress her. So I went home and I just started studying and I didn't know when to stop. And then it just kept going and going and...
Just to impress her?
Yeah, just trying to impress.
What picture did she paint of Australia at the time that made it seem so good?
Okay, so she would tell us stories about what Australia had to offer, you know, the history and how the cities were, you know, formulated. And I'm thinking, what am I missing, you know what I mean? So am I being shortchanged? And 2011, that's when I jumped into the plane and I was here in Australia.
How much do you owe her?
I feel like I owe her my life.
Why is that?
She changed the way I looked at life, my perception of how things are meant to be and how things are supposed to be beyond the little cocoon that I was brought up in.
Now, to try and find her, what do you know about her? Do you even know her name?
Yes, Hilary Snays. So that's the name that she had registered at the school, and we called her Miss Snays. The last thing I knew was she was a head teacher in Sydney somewhere. She doesn't have a social media presence at all.
So the baby that's interrupting us in the audience right now, is that your bub?
That's my little one.
And what's her name?
Sorry.
You right? Oh, why is that so emotional for you?
It's my family, and they're here.
And you could never have imagined?
No.
Maybe the baby would be better up here. I'll come over. Hang on, you wait there. Come on, Bubba. Oh, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Woo! Thank you. How's the little one? How's the little one? Hey! There we go. There's Papa.
Hello.
Okay. So if you could run into this lady, what would you say?
Essentially, I would like to thank her, and because it has turned out to be something that has remarkably changed quite a lot of lives.
I hope you find her and you can tell her, because it'll mean the world to her as much as it will to you. All the very best. Look at this little one. Nice to see you, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
My name is David King. I'm a licensed private investigator, and my job is finding people. The unique thing about Prosper's case is that the person we're looking for was actually a school teacher who works around the world. She could be anywhere. But after all this research, I found something interesting, and I'm ready to share that with Prosper.
Today, it's like I'm at the doctor's and I'm waiting for results. I don't know if I'm excited or I don't know if I'm nervous, but I really want to find Hilary and get to thank her. I've done my best to look for her. I've searched high and low. This is my last hope. If I don't get anything today, it might be maybe the end of it. So I'm really hoping this private investigator has some answers for me today. Hello, sir.
Prosper, is it?
It is
How
Prosper,
are you?
yes.
How are you?
Great.
Take a seat, mate. Well, I've got some good news. We have found her, and she's here in Australia.
All right.
She's actually continued to do teaching.
Okay, good on her.
We've been able to track her around Australia to some remote areas. Obviously, that's what she loves doing. She moves around a bit because of what she does, still doing what she loves and still helping people.
What a beautiful human.
I guess the next step for us is to make contact with her and make sure that she wants to reciprocate the whole idea.
Have you ever dealt with a situation like this that maybe she might not want to see us? Or
Yes, mate, from time to time, people have their own reasons for not wanting to make contact, so we can't rule it out.
her being in my life 20 years ago changed it. I just want to say thank you.
So did Prosper meet the woman who changed his life? Fingers crossed.
We put the good in the good in the good life. We put the good in the good in the good life. We put the good in the good in the good.
Nice to see you there. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So, did you get the reunion you were hoping for?
The last time I remember having seen Hillary was 21 years ago when I was 12. Although she's agreed to meet up, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not sure if she's going to remember me. We are right at the heart of the country where she came from. Australia has shown me a better life. Australia has got me to have a nice family, a beautiful daughter, and had Hillary not crossed my path, none of this would have been happening.
I believe in miracles, 'cause it's a miracle I'm here. Something like flying.
Hello, Hillary.
Hello. I'm lovely to see you.
Thank you.
What a journey.
Thank you so much. In 1998, when you left Zimbabwe, you told me if ever I was in Australia, come and
love it. 20 years
come
later.
and say hi.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I'm so glad that
Thank
you
you
did.
so much.
Wow, look at you. I am picturing a little boy in a brown, ugly, ugly uniform. And now here you are.
And
How
you're still
exciting.
doing this.
And I'm still teaching, absolutely, and loving it. I still love teaching.
When you were my math teacher in Gwanda, I had no clue that there was life outside of Zimbabwe. And ever since then, I've never looked back, and I'm here now.
And you're
She hasn't changed. She's still that lovely person that I was hoping to meet. The best part, she kept a few photos for the school, and I got to see all the old teachers and all the other students that I was with, and it just brought back a lot of memories. You're not gonna believe this.
No.
This one is Prosper here.
Wow, look at you. That is great.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Today has been the best day.
Little did I know, huh?
Having met the person that changed the course of my life in person and actually getting to thank them and letting them know that because of them, I did not give up, that to me is phenomenon. Yeah.
So does this close a chapter for you?
So far it does, but it opens up a whole lot of things, but
In what way?
it does close a chapter.
In what way? Does it open things?
I have pledged to help a lot more other kids out there because they don't have role models. So that's what I'm gonna go and do.
So what would your advice be then for others who might have that one person they want to tell something to?
You don't have all year or all life to do that. You know, just if you set out on a target to go and thank people that have made something about a difference in your life, you gotta let them know.
Congratulations on coming to that, and best of luck moving forward. Great to see you.
Thank you so much, Karl.
Thank you. Thank you.